Namaskar and welcome again to Planet to Soul Astrology. So today we shall discuss about second house and marital bliss in our chart. So along with Navmansh Kundali, the basic Kundali of our life is also playing very important role to see or to assess marital bliss. So we already discussed seventh house, 12th house, Mangali. You should refer all the videos which I have made in past. So basically, whenever we are seeing any type of Mangalic dosha, so first house, fourth house, seventh house, eighth house, and 12th house is considered. But second house is also very, very important house because second house, uh, see, it is said that in South, specifically, they do see Mangalya Sukham or Mangalya Sukh from second house of chart. And in North portion, they do not consider that it is a Mangal dosha. Even though you consider it as a Mangal dosha or you do not consider as a Mangal dosha, second house is by default a Marak Sthan. Marak Sthan means what? Marak Sthan means the house which is uh, considered to be uh, inauspicious house, or we can see that as it is 12th to your third house, that is why it is called as a Marak Sthan. Also, we can say that seventh house is also 12th to your eighth house. That is why seventh house is our Maraksthan. Also, second house is eighth to your seventh house. That is why second house is Maraksthan. Now, how we can judge that how will be marital bliss through our second house of chart, through our eighth house of chart, or through our sixth house of chart. So basically, today we are going to discuss that how all these houses are important in seeing the marital bliss, but mainly we will focus on second house of our Kundali. That is D1 chart I am talking about. So friends, if in your second house there are any benefic planets like Jupiter, Venus, Moon, Mercury, or all these planets together or making combinations in your second house, or even though one Shubha planet, that is one benefic planet, and one malefic planet are in combination in your second house, then your marital bliss has a different role in your life. Now, sixth house is also considered as the same thing. In sixth house also, if benefic planets are there, then also we can consider that yes, the marital bliss will be better or fantastic or average. Eighth house also same way. Eighth house happens to be second house from your seventh house. So here also, if benefic planets are there, then definitely we say that your seventh house is in Shubhakartari Yoga. If in sixth house also benefic planet is there, in eighth house also benefic planet is there, in your second house also benefic planet is there, and in 12th house also benefic planet is there, then we can say that this person's marital bliss will be really very good, or the seventh house of this person is in a Shubhakartari Yoga, because in sixth house and eighth house there are benefic planets, or we can say that sixth to seventh house or eighth to seventh house are having benefic planets. So basically, second house is heir to your seventh house. That is why if malefics are there, then there is a possibilities that these malefic planets will definitely behave as per their characteristic, as per their nakshatra characteristic, as per the characteristic or signification of Rashi they are posited in. And definitely your marital bliss will get hammered because of this planetary position. When we are seeing that in sixth house also malefic planets are there, then it is like late marriage situation, or there will be quarrels or um, disharmony between spouse or between partners. Same way in 8th house also, and same way in 12th house also. So friends, it is not only depending on second house, but it is also depending on all other three houses also, which are 6th, 8th and 12th house. And definitely second house. Second house is also Kutumbasthana. As per nature's chart, if we see second house is holding family house. So in family house, if malefic planets are positive, so definitely there will be disharmony between the family, and because of family reasons, many a times marital bliss is affected. Also, if planet like Mars or Rahu or Ketu are positive, then definitely there is uh, not a very good or healthy relationship between husband and wife. So, this second house being the Marak Sthan plays very important role. Even though if there are benefits in second house of your chart, but if your second lord is posited with Rahu, Ketu, Saturn or Mangal, then also this harmony or marital bliss effects can be counted as per that particular second lord position. Then second thing, which house the second lord is going. It is not mandatory that second lord should be in second house only. It can go anywhere in the chart. Second lord being a benefic planet is going in 12th house. So definitely it is one of the good position. And we can see that yes, this person's spouse will be having some outer country connection, or definitely after marriage these people will stay out, or in general we can say that at least marital bliss will be better, because 12th house is prarabdha house or 6th house or karma house from your 7th house, karma of marriage, karma of relationship. This way you have to consider 12th house. So in all these four houses, second house plays very, very important role, because it is Maraksthana, markage. That is why for Aries people we say that Venus is markage, right? So that is why seventh Lord Venus and second Lord Venus become markage, and then these people suffer from late marriage, marriage issues, relationship issues, or sometimes late marriage, or not finding suitable alliance or something. Then we have to see the Venus position also. So coming back to our coming back to our second house. So second house improvement will definitely take place if you do worship Guru Devata. Because Jupiter is a planet which gives harmony and which gives good Guru Krupa to run a good marital life. Unless and until you know the basics, you cannot go ahead. Then into next step, you have to see that how this second lord is posited in which nakshatra, how it is posited in that particular house, whether it is in friendly nakshatra or it is in enemy nakshatra. I'll give you simple example. If you are having, say for example, Taurus ascendant, and in your second house there is a Gemini sign. So by default, it is a benefic planet, or you can say it is a neutral planet, because it is a prince planet, Mercury. And if no planets are there in second house, so you have to assess that where this Mercury is going. So if this Mercury is going in sixth house of chart, or eighth house of chart, or 12th house of chart, so definitely we can say that at least there will be very good communication between spouse to sort out or to rule out any type of uh, problems, misunderstandings, or mistakes. Secondly, if your second house is having Gemini sign, and if Saturn like or Mars is posited there, then we can say that there is a good communication, but always there is a sharp ending after the soothing communication, because Mars will definitely not forget its own characteristic and nature. And specifically for Taurus people, Mars is not a functional benefit planet. So always in all my sessions, mostly I say that Yogacarak theory has to be understood very, very clearly. Without that, we cannot go ahead. So, friends, this was all about our second house and specifically all corner houses of our chart, that is second, sixth, eighth, and 12th house, and your marital peace. Next time, I'll come with another topic. By that time, stay tuned with Planet to Soul Astrology. Do not forget to subscribe my channel, and also please subscribe my Hindi channel, that is Ganesh Jyotish. I have uploaded certain videos over there. Please watch them and share them. So, as I always say, Sabka Mangal Ho. May all be blessed. Namaste.